recording, so, but I was kind of, since I started this, but, glad I saw this, because it was a little bit closer to where I was sitting on the couch, and I wasn't seeing it, but, it was still on the couch, so, let me just put this down for a moment while I play with this stupid tripod thing. Oh yeah, that is something I wanted to do, but I don't want to rotate the camera just in case it's wonky rotating back, but does it look in here or what? I'll try that again. When I rotated around the room, I came back and it was not, the video wasn't up, showing. It was kind of just showing. Surprised the dog isn't going that big because he's laying there kind of right. Um, um, the, Come onto the phone screen. But does it look like a party in here? It's early morning, I'll tell you that much. I'm just going to do a couple. Okay, that's perfect. Just going to do a couple of set up things here. I would have just leaned it on the laptop, but then I couldn't have it charging at the same time, and this thing drops so fast. I tell you. Yeah, that works. Oh, really? Funny, he said it was the last one, but then he doing another one. But I do that sometimes. I don't know. That's kind of, I'll keep, literally. But let me just go to this page here. Boom. So yeah, I was browsing some lives today. Talked on a couple briefly, or tried to. Some people were just too focused on what they were doing, or the chats were pretty fast. Um, so people might see this after it's posted and say you're not focused on what you're doing, but no, I actually am. I'm putting this here because I'm so nice for the scrollers. Well, the dog's laying there very relaxed. He hasn't been eating a bit slower lately. I don't know if he's feeling well. So part of what inspired the me to roll just now and the title. Did I not get a water this morning? I'm probably going to have to heat up my coffee in a moment, so I guess I'll get one then. Um, well, I kind of want to wait till those people here. Um, but part of what inspired this video is that okay, and you left. You're like, I don't care. Well, maybe you should start caring. Maybe that's something you can start doing in the new year. You're starting to understand and see people for what they have to offer. And yeah. Um, but there's this guy that I follow on here from Morocco, and I've seen him a few times now, and he sits there and he chats with his chat as I do. With mine. I haven't been rolling 5 minutes even yet, but yeah. And but one thing he said really, he's quite outspoken and opinionated, and so am I. And I'm not necessarily saying that's bad. It's kind of how you do it, I feel. But one thing that he said really confused me, and I mean, I was already kind of going through kind of some stressful feelings this morning. Thankfully before G left. For out there at work, because yes, does have some, showed some understanding and empathy, because has been trying to not worry about the fact that we might be becoming homeless soon. Um, I don't know how much I want to share, but basically, this is a one-income household. Things have been a bit of a struggle. Did some impulse purchasing, and I'm not feeling I'm not feeling real good. I'm hoping that the new year brings opportunities and fast. Part of me feels like I shouldn't even have to wait, the rest of the day, because things have been going kind of slow. But then, part of me thinks if that's all I have to wait, then Okay, then I hope the opportunities and stuff start coming. Sorry, it's early here. My eyes are a little bit bugging out. Um, Remember to like, and hopefully you might want to join the chat as well. Like I say, I've just started, but yeah. So this guy I was watching though, he said something, and it really turned me off from watching more of him. Unfortunately, um, he says that he doesn't hate anybody, but he doesn't love anybody either. I mean, what kind of thing is that to say? I mean, seriously. Um, I think that you can um, get yourself into some struggles or whatever if you love everybody, but I mean, who does, right? I mean, even the most loving people. I mean, but I don't know. It's just yeah. So it's kind of a combination of those two things, and other things that we see throughout our days and our lives that make me feel like as much as I very much get people, and I put the effort into understanding and trying to you know understand people. um, Life and people can sure be confusing sometimes, right? Some of the things that some people do, I tell you, I don't even think they know why they're doing it. A lot of the times, I don't know. But anyway, but I feel like my throat, my sinuses, and just the fact that it's morning here, I feel like I do want to heat up my coffee. I'm very surprised. Our dog can sometimes get a little vocal, even when he's, had his walks and he's got food and water. A little vocal when I start rolling, but he's laying on the chair there, kind of looking at me, laying on top of a blanket there. But, and, yeah, he hasn't got up and started looking at me and making noises yet. I don't know. It's kind of weird. There's just a weirdness in the air. Somebody make it normal as much as possible, please. um, but I am thankful that that we do have a home. Um, like I say, I I I hope that and I hope that you can all hope for us that we continue to. Um, it's let's just say that one of the people in the home dropped a certain amount of money that I don't think I've seen in my whole 30s. And it's weird because, well, it's not weird, but for a moment there was uh, three people watching and we have zero likes yet. And I'd like to ask why we have no likes. And don't be shy in the comments. I mean, it's only been 8 minutes, but no, no, it's true. I mean, I've never been rich, but I've been richer in my 20s. But it's not even about being rich. And I lost my other views there, but it isn't. It's about feeling stable and secure. I think what changed things and kind of, well, we wanted to get to sleep and kind of said we just had a rough patch there, but this morning I'm still feeling a little iffy about the whole situation, and I think that point that I made last night was maybe still resonating with G. Uh, okay, there was people listening for about 4 or 5 minutes there. If you are still there, it doesn't indicate it anymore, and I hope you will do so with a comment. But yes, I had that comment saying that I'm going to go do that thing with my drinks, and I'm going to get the pillows perfectly though. I'll tell you that much. So I bring the phone with me. It is actually fully charged, but like I'm not going to be more than 2 or 3 minutes, and it might be finicky to try and plug it back in and keep the stream rolling, which I've only just started, and it drops fast. And the two of you that were there don't seem to care because you just left. So and while I'm doing this, I'm going to multitask and run too. Yeah, it's supposed to be a sunny day, and even though it's coming up gradually, it is probably bright in the bedroom by now. Too bright to sleep, unfortunately. I did. This might be the one. Although I'd added to it, so I'm kind of surprised that it's full. I'll be right there just heating up coffee and very, very quickly taking care of Anita upstairs. As opposed to taking care of Anita upstairs. I need an Anita in my life, especially if, especially a good one. I don't know. So yes, I'll be right back. I appreciate you being here, very much so. And I haven't been rolling along, but we'll have a nice chat, hopefully. I just don't want this to overheat in here. Actually, that's already got hot pretty quick, but I think that's good enough. Okay, just gonna do something up here quickly so I can focus. I just got a great idea. And the dog is up, so I know he's going to ask for one of these. Got one more left, so, ooh, those things are tiny. I thought I could just catch it. Easily go down. Okay, I just got a great idea for conversation here. Fortunately, nobody's watching right now, but and I don't know if I should wait until there is. I wanted to find my muscle rub and put a bit on my chest. So don't mind me doing that, please. Well, getting a lot out still, even though this particular tube's almost empty. Just I feel a tightness and inflammation. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, my sinuses are still a little bit iffy too, but well, yes, and it's closer. I hope so. So we got three people here, and I just first of all I want to say welcome, and hopefully you're going to have a great year ahead, and a great night tonight. But hopefully, have fun, but be safe, or keep it simple, whichever you prefer. But and all three of you left. They're like, oh yeah, speaking of, I have so much partying to prepare for. Just kidding. But yeah, so I just got an interesting idea. Feel free to do it along with me. Know that I'm doing this. I'm actually going to follow what I'm doing here, but then I'm not looking straight on. But that's okay. Can I tilt this forward a little bit, maybe? That might help. I don't want to bend the charger, but yeah, that's better because I just had and it was all the two I put so far. I just had them kind of in front of me. I'm used to seeing myself while I'm doing this. I think it makes sense. I don't know. No, it's not a conceited thing. It's just a content creator thing, I think. But I'm going to start trying to exercise, and keep in mind that I'm doing this while live streaming. So I'm going to do it as it's comfortable. I welcome you to do it as well, and I welcome you to tell me what the experience for yourself is like as well, as always. And I'm going to try and go at a good uh, rate with this, but I'm also going to just let myself be kind of natural with it too, and think that you should as well. So, and looks like the person that was there for like 2 minutes just left. I didn't mean to say that you should anything, but I just feel like that's probably, I feel like with this exercise, and I think it'll make sense. I think it, uh, because I said that just a little bit before I went off screen there. Um, I think I would like this just a little hotter. I knew it. I thought it. Actually, you know what? It's quite strong too. I was out the other day and I got a coffee, but I was also eating, and I'd already had some coffee that day, I think, so I brought some of it home and added it to what I had, and I didn't mind it there. I don't know if it just needs another sugar. It's really strong, and I'm not sure why. But anyway, maybe just cold water will be fine enough. So I had mentioned, asking oneself why you do the things you do. And I think it's worthwhile to then. There's a similar thing I've heard of, a similar kind of um, strategy. But then ask yourself, and why that? And why that? And it's not meant to seem, and it's, I mean, sometimes I don't think we really need to do that or need to ask. Chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not, by the way. But I think it could be a good area. And I would say not just in the obvious, or a good thing, not just in the obvious things that you think, maybe I should do that in regards to this or this, um, but maybe some less obvious things as well. However, that being said, I'm going to start with is why do I podcast? But I'm going to be a bit more specific with that, and just start with why am I podcasting today? Well, you can see it in the title. Um, I would have said an additional part, but there's nobody here, so I just use words to say I would have said it. Uh, but it's just probably noisy outside. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. I was just thinking. I don't really hear on the radio though if it was on. But somebody had commented. Well, I saw two interesting comments on two other people's live streams. One lady was putting on makeup obsessively, and I mean, I said, makeup is costly when some people are just trying to live, but whatever. But she'd said that she doesn't understand, or what person in her comments said she didn't understand how somebody who did sleeping streams, they had no skills and to offer. They didn't mean it. Um, or something might be wrong or something. I don't know. Um, but like she said, it's pretty unmotivating. The other thing was somebody had said, I don't think it was the same video, but they had said they didn't understand have music playing in the background, but when they asked them to, I don't know if it was do or just put on a certain song, they're like, no, give it up. And it's like, and I wish he wouldn't. I mean, it works for him, but one day it might not. But and at first I thought, you know what, that's a good question, that's a good point. But then I thought, well, maybe they just like to have that background noise to hear other than their voice, or their dog barking. um, um, so they put something on, and you can't have both. You know, like he doesn't let you both play original songs and do covers and have a monetized video. I'm pretty sure, unfortunately. Um, okay, just so that the dog doesn't hopefully hear what he is hearing, and so that I don't hear him making noise and distracting me. Put a little bit of radio on. But yeah, so as far as to answer, and part of me does want to say, you know what? I would hope you'd be a little bit curious, at least a little, I guess is what I'm saying, to watch this after it's posted and skip ahead a little bit because I need to watch my energy with my health and this and that. And I don't really want to be talking when there's nobody here listening, and there's nobody here listening right now. Oh, actually there is. So yes, I kind of already said you may not have been here when I said it, but unless you're welcome, yeah, that's what this channel is about. So, and that's what I'm about. Unfortunately, it's real hit and miss. It's real hit and miss. It feels like sometimes. Sometimes, there's lots of activity and it goes well, and other times it's quiet and it's very not motivating, and I don't have time for the latter, both with perhaps my health, but then also, I'm not here to do anything other than that. Thing I'm wanting to try out, that an idea that just occurred to me again. You can do the same as you're listening, and to people like you hope it won't be annoying, but probably. I don't know you, I've never seen you before, but as soon as somebody says they hope it won't be annoying, it's exactly and they didn't say that. They didn't say that. But let's think for a moment. What if they did? What if they did think that to themselves? That would be a great example to say, why do I react so quickly and then feel so set in my reaction? So justified. It is human. We all do it. This is true. But yeah, that's the real question there, right? But so that again, I'm trying a strategy here. You're welcome to do it along with either about exactly what I'm saying, your ability. That's how it goes. I'm actually just going to put that in the comments, just for people that are tuning in, because there's been somebody there and then nobody there and then somebody there, and I just don't want to keep repeating it, so I'm just going to put this here. Uh, just a moment here. So, I'm gonna wait till there's somebody here. So, sometimes I say it and I don't have to wait long, and other times it like, feels like an eternity, man. And here we go. So you can see the comments that I put in the bottom. They haven't been rolling that long. A little bit, not as long as it feels, but still not very long. And I'm just gonna try this. And if you need to ask for clarification, if you're misunderstanding something, please do. You know, because I'm just thinking like my next answer to it, even though it looks like that, my next answer might be something to the effect of. Um, uh, be, uh, because I'm bored, because I haven't found a sense of purpose otherwise, but I'm thankful to have this platform. But also, um, again, like I say, there are some examples though. Like this is kind of one I feel like where it's like I don't necessarily have to do that a lot, or or ask myself why is that and why is that and why is that, like. But you know what I would say though, looking at this idea that I got, um, that doesn't maybe mean don't do it because you might be surprised what you kind of uh, hear. Whether you say it out loud, say it in writing, say it in a podcast. So I mean, it definitely it feels a little bit weird, and I'm not meaning to seem like I'm having an ego trip here or not. I really am not. But I am meaning to look and see. I say, oh, here they are. Okay. I'm not even going to verbalize it. I'm just going to put them on. Why do I do those things? Because I am quite naturally, it seems like, a content creator. I mean, it seems to be quite natural to me, because I am an entertainer, because I like to motivate people, because I'm nice. Now I just listed four things there. Um, why? Because it makes sense and feels like the right thing to do. Because I know people need it, whether they know it or not. I mean, some need it more than others. That's true. Um, and why am I nice? I know that sounds like a weird question to tune into if you heard it, but and I'm not. You know, this is just a little exercise thing that I'm trying. And like I say, welcome to try it with me. Okay, it looks like you left. Good. So I'll continue to be awkward and without I appreciate that. No, I was kidding. I think it's just a good way to be. It makes things. I'm not gonna say that being nice and loving means that you will never struggle in your life. That's not true. Um, or that all good will come to you. But I would hope that the people that receive it give it back. That they show their appreciation, um, and that they realize that it's the best way to be as well. Um, you know, and that yeah, we're all just trying to make life as easy as we can for each other and as enjoyable as we can. I really like that we should all be trying to make life as easy and enjoyable as we can for each other. We all want that, don't we? And it's not even a question. I know we all want that. Um, Again, this may seem like a weird question to be focusing on, but it's what I'm finding myself doing. Uh, you know, why am I nice? Well, because again, it comes very natural to me. Um, I've never really even thought to ask it or answer it before. Because, I'm thankful to say that I'm mostly not that way. But like it's understandable to a point, but it's I guess when it becomes toxic, just you know, to the person that's doing it and to the people around them, that's when it's. I'm not going to say that the other ways aren't serious, but that's when you know. But my dad, even though I only had him, till a young age, in my life, he was that way. He was that way towards animals. He was that way towards people. Um, so you know, you know, it's. Some people will say that none of us are born evil and mean, and I do agree with that. The world can shape us, and some people struggle more with what the world brings them, or what how living is for them in their experience, and might need some resculpting, reshaping. Um, and it can be hard to admit, right, when uh, you need to uh, fix something, you know, and or even make it a little bit. Like I don't mind being all natural and organic, on here, but some people really struggle with admitting that they were wrong. Some people really struggle with admitting that they have any flaws. I mean, and so that's another example you could say is whether you personalize it or just ask the question, why is that? Because you might find that the answer may or may not relate to you. But you know, being interested in psychology and people, if I was to say, why do I think some people struggle with that? Well, it's not it's not a pleasurable feeling to feel that, you know. But I'll tell you, when you are wrong or notice that something you've done has caused negative um, reactions or results, if you catch it quick and try and fix it, you usually probably can, and you'll feel better pretty quickly. It's when you let it sit and sit and sit with you, um, right? So, but and why do people have a hard time? Well, nobody wants to be flawed. I guess that's my best answer. I mean, um, we all want to be happy, successful, feel like we are both skilled and like we are able to use the natural abilities that have been given to us. Um, I feel like I need to take a moment, for a sip of water first, even though there's nobody listening. I said it just the other day. Um, in a friend's chat, somebody was saying that somebody posts about mental health stuff. I really would rather. I'm going to wait. I'm going to try and hold on to this thought until somebody tunes in, whether they relate to this or not. Yeah, perfect. And if they don't relate to it, well, you're very blessed, and or however you want to put it, you're lucky that you don't. Um, and you already left, so you won't know if you did or not. Or at least it looks like you have. That's something I think a lot of people need to focus on more. I mean, again, not trying to sound bossy or anything, but I've noticed it as a content creator. I've also not noticed it, but I've noticed that a lot of people have such short attention spans. I have ADHD, and I'm not like that. I mean, and they also judge quickly sometimes, and I think that that's something that maybe Okay, good. It's not being one. No, just a moment. What's up with the dog at the moment? I was trying to send to you, but it didn't send through, and then I was able to, and then I can't put it back in. Basically, um, okay, now since doing that, it's doing that thing it did the other day, where it doesn't show the comments, even when I select show all comments, but nobody's here right now. Hopefully they see them. Okay, now, okay, yeah, I always did see that one there, right? And, oh, hello, how are you? Um, um, just a moment. I'll be right. I'll focus with you in just a moment. We got three of you here, and yeah, that my phone wasn't charging the whole time. I thought it was, and then it indicated that it needed to be plugged in. It wasn't completely connected, and now the comments are not showing here anyway, so I can't watch this screen completely. I have to look between the two screens. I'm just um, just a moment. I'm just gonna quickly say something here. A new follower who got here. Now we're into things this here, so I'm going to talk with them now. But feel free to tune in, and I'd like to talk a bit about the worry one-on-one in here shortly. I was also trying to decide if I should send Mona. Okay, now I can focus. Are you still there? Because it doesn't indicate it there. I just want to make sure, and I'm going to bring this, I think, a bit closer. Uh, Okay, cool. Yeah, so if you don't mind that I'm not, if just listening, and I'll try and look back and forth a little bit. Yeah, it's just not indicating right. If you don't mind that I'm not completely looking at the screen I'm recording on, and you understand that, then that's good. It's funny. I know someone. I recently found out what one of their pets' names are. They have a lot of pets, and basically. The pet name, and I noticed that the B and the L are both capped there, but maybe you didn't mean for it in your name, is Mr. Blue. In fact, I had a horse named Blue, and I was thinking about him. I don't remember I was very young. I don't remember if it was a male or a female horse. If I could remember, okay, well, the one of them that was one of the parents of our horse was Mandy, so that I guess it would be a male then. What? Anyway, yeah. So I said, oh, he's been on my live stream. One thing I might do just to make it well, no, this will remind me if I keep this one paused though. Yeah, I'm glad you came back. By the way, Happy New Year's Eve. Um, the eve of greatness to be brought for all. Um, a BL in my name is a typo. Okay, I see. Yeah, sometimes it's even hard to edit those things. Um, Yeah. So one thing I want to say, maybe you'll feel you need to hear this, maybe you won't, but I want to remember to say it, is that mental health struggles are not a flaw. I'm just saying that because it's something I was thinking of saying a little earlier before you even got here. Actually, they're not a flaw, and I just want you can feel like you're broken when you have a mental health issue sometimes, for sure. But and that's understandable, but you're not. I also want to remember to say one other thing before I scroll back to the bottom so I can follow your comments, and thanks for the like. Um, when we think of starting a new year, it's easy to think. Um, it's easy to think of not just the. Yeah, thank you. Uh, Not just the past year, but like start looking back at like our life on a larger scale as it is. And the longer we live, the more there is to look at, right? Although we don't retain absolutely everything, although some people do. Okay, I don't want to hit the charger out, but this cord is kind of. Can I can I do something about that without knocking the charger out? Okay, I think I just did. Okay, good. Um, yeah, I can be a wise Yoda from time to time. Yeah, I don't know what anybody's there, but I'm so glad that you're here, and you're the only one chatting at the moment. So, um, the other thing, yeah, so it's interesting to think that, right? I think it makes sense. One of the things I wanted to do a few times within this video is is ask why more, such as why do we do that? Well, um, my first thought that comes to mind is that um, at this time of year, when we're looking at the things that we might want to change or fix about our life, or a lot of us are anyway. I mean, maybe some of us that are actually really enjoying our life and feel like everything's going pretty good, they're like, no, I'm just gonna keep living. Might be as simple as just that for some people, and great for them. For others, even if we feel like we don't have the energy to look at it, we do. We usually look at it, because we feel like we need to, and it's easy to think, oh, when times were better, or to think, oh, um, um, I just have so much healing I need to do. And so it's like, yeah, it makes sense that you might start to think of the things that have happened to you in your life, or you might be looking for trying to figure out why things are the way for you right now that they may be. No problem is small and no action is. Well, I might need some elaboration on that because when I hear that, I'm sorry, but I feel like um, some. Oh, no problem is small. I thought you were saying some problems are small, and some are. Um, well, another way to put that, I would say, is that not that the way you put it's bad or anything, is that all struggles are important. And I would say that when people say don't compare, well, you compare yourself to other people when they have something. No, it's fine. When they have something or are living in such a way that you admire and that you want for yourself. That's fine. Where it becomes a problem is when you're struggling to get there amongst trying and trying and trying, and you need to maybe focus on other things and not try for those things to the same extent. Um, and then, because if you don't, it really it does feed the depression. I would say, it's like you can fixate so strongly, and I would say one way that it can happen so easily is when you have those natural gifts and abilities and you aren't getting to do things with them that you want. That can eat at you, man. Oh, it's like, why was I given the ability to play music when I'm not getting to perform as much as I would like? Why was I given the ability to heal? Sure, it's great for oneself, but, with those things especially, you often feel like it should also be for others. So if you have song requests, I don't know if I asked you the other day, feel free to put them. But, and no action is useless. Again, I thanks for the heart and everything. Um, I would say that yes, it's good to see the importance in our actions, but not all of them are good. That's what I would say. And if I was to say that not all of them are good, as I just did, I would then also say the bad ones are useless. They're not necessary. Thanks for all the hearts. Glad it's resonating. Um, and glad that you didn't like go crazy with them because that can get distracting. But you got it across. Uh, so that's kind of my thoughts on that statement. Now we unpack that a bit further. Um, can I be honest with you? I mean, that's just the way I am. It's just the way I am, and it's really something I'm thinking about right now. Uh, I um, Well, yeah, and I appreciate, feeling that safety, even though this is YouTube. Looks like you're the only one here, so I'm going to assume that you are. And there are so many ways that I could, so many great things about me that you'll eventually learn. And that's not trying to sound like, oh, I'm so fabulous or whatever, but I mean, I am pretty fabulous, I suppose. I don't always feel it, but I mean, so in time, I mean, I'm curious. I think you said the other day I asked you if you believe in the afterlife. I think you said yes. Also, do you accept the LGBT community? Is another curious question. But what I was meaning initially was that I'm worried about becoming homeless. To be honest, and it's really been eating at me the past couple of days. It's not a great feeling, especially when you live in such a cold place like we do. Uh, you know, I'm pretty sure that G would never do anything to to want me to be safe and housed and this and that. And it's not actually really even my fault. I mean, sometimes we ask ourselves in life, could I be doing more? Could I be trying harder? And there's been a few times where yeah, thank you. There's been a few times where I have asked that and then thought, well, if I could, personally, I probably would. So I guess not. I guess I'm doing my best. You know what I mean? Um, it's still a question that kind of comes up, though. It feels like sometimes. So but then it's like, well, you can want to try and do more, but you have to know what that is to be able to do it, and that can be very challenging. Um, but yeah, basically, he dropped a bunch of the other person I live with, who is the person with the income, but not like making like what some people I guess would call six figures, but dropped a bunch of money on a product, hopes to sell some of it. I don't want to get hugely deep on this. I don't want to say what it is necessarily, but they're all different but fairly similar. And basically, the figure is the amount of money that I have not. I don't know if I've ever seen it in my adulthood or possibly life. Certainly not in my 30s, which I'm in now. I mean, it's like that's just such a big amount of money. It's like I was talking about lotto max before bed. It wasn't really resonating. It's like I prefer six or not, but it's like I don't like that number. But anyway, but he uh, yeah, he's always had decent jobs, but 80 million they're giving away in the lotto max. 80 million. Like that's why does it have to be that much? That's an unfathomable number. But I would think and hope, although I guess there's a part of me that thinks some probably wouldn't, that if anybody ever won that, they'd be donating to charities. They'd be helping out friends and family. Yeah. I thought, I didn't really, but I kind of thought I misread it. But no, I don't think I did. I looked at it again. But anyway, I think that we have to live within our means. I think that that's a very important thing for us to remember as we're going about life. It's okay to want things. It's okay to get nice things for yourself sometimes. But I go back to this lady I saw obsessively putting. It didn't look like it was overdone, but obsessively putting makeup on in her stream. No offense or judgment to her, and we lost one of the people. Um, some people don't like to, and maybe we didn't. It just looks like it did. Some people don't like to. I didn't come here for advice. I didn't come here to be told what to do. You could you can take what makes most sense and you not do anything with the rest of it, But anyway, basically, yeah, it's kind of like, do you really need makeup? That could be buying a meal for a homeless person. I mean, do you really need the latest video game, which may or may not be kosher anyway? Well, what? I don't know. It's just a thought that I had. But anyway, so basically, yeah. So it's just such a big amount of money, and then didn't quite get what had purchased, so had to purchase a little bit more. And the guy didn't seem to give a discount. He's all about, oh, happy holidays, happy New Year, blah blah blah. The phone was noisy this morning in the other room, and I briefly looked at it, and I could see there was messages, but it wasn't for me, and I just decided not to. I didn't want to know. But then you do want to know sometimes too, right? It's like the not knowing is uncomfortable also. But well, what? We buy stuff to be happy, but buying too much for ourselves is kind of bad. Yeah, and I mean, a lot of it's temporary happiness. And I'm not saying don't do it at all. I suppose I'm not saying that. But it's important to do for others as well, that's for sure. It would be really sad if we, and then there was a couple messages that we got. I don't think they were spam. I don't know. We should call and find out. Uh, that said something about having $2 or $3. And I'm thinking, I mean, he had a line of credit. I'm thinking, I don't know if that's accurate or not. But if it is, no wonder. Yes, he has an income currently, but if we're at $2 or $3, we are literally paycheck to paycheck, and that is literally scary. And I would love to be working. I would love to be contributing to society more, to our household. It hasn't came easily. I want to do so much good. That's why I have YouTube, I guess. But, certainly don't make a lot of money on it. And when people hear it and appreciate it, that's great. And I try not, sometimes I'll tell myself, I'm not going to talk with nobody listening. But, hey, what? but, um, um, I'd like to be doing more. And I mean, for some people, it truly is easier. Okay, well, I'm going to do more. I know who to ask. I drive. I can get there. I have the finances to do it if that's a need. I don't have those things. Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah. It's. This is why I miss my younger days. Things were different. Sometimes I'll ask myself, could I recreate those in some way? Like, obviously, one thing that I took, whether it was in the school system, oh, thanks, and I would gladly receive one from you. See, why is it only? I mean, it's not only virtually. I mean, at least I do, I suppose. But I don't know. I mean, it's a quieter chapter in life right now for me. Not fully out of want. It's just, I mean, yeah, I have, but I mean, I connect with people, and I don't exactly have a lot of close connections, though. These days, I don't. And I don't feel like it's my fault. I mean, you have to either be working or in school or extracurricular activities to make those connections. Finding that can be hard sometimes. It wasn't as hard back then. I mean, part of it was I used to be more comfortable busing. These days, they've changed the routes. They have less buses, it seems like. It's less safe. So, I mean, you know, like I say, I do not drive. I was out on my bike the other day. Although there's snow on the ground, I managed until a piece of my bike fell apart. I mean, and it's not ideal. You know, and some drivers really do not respect bikes. Like, I'm trying to drive with the flow of traffic, and they want to go around you, and they're not careful about it sometimes. You know, they just, like, want to get up, you know, you're in their way, you know. Like, I mean, I had it happen a couple times. Sure, they didn't screech their tires. They didn't drive like they were driving in a video game. You know, it's true. But I believe in you. I can't even count the ways that I. Anyway, um, thank you. What are your hopes and plans for the new year? I know it's hard, and I believe in you, and I believe in you, and it's that easy, right, folks? Um, yeah, I mean, it's the wheels I have. I mean, I don't even really do it that much, and I need it for the summer. And I really hope to be in a theater festival show. I really do. I might not have my own show, and I may have missed the draw date for it. Uh, Wait, you are amazing at singing. Oh, thank you. I am a musician. Like I say, if you have a song request, my chest is a bit tight. I think it's a bit stress. I think it's a bit inflammation. Um, my sinuses aren't bad. My throat's a little iffy. But I want to be here. I'm enjoying chatting with you. The other person's listening, not saying anything. Feel free to like. Feel free to join in. It doesn't have to be just me. And what did you say your first? I mean, I hope you won't mind if I ask your first name but don't tell you mine. Um, Maybe if it's just you and me, and I feel like it definitely is just you and me here, I might. But this is YouTube, and I mean, in the chat that won't show later because I don't know how to set it to on the cell phone, which is the only device I have to record this. I it will only show then, and for people that watch this far in. But thank you for understanding. Oh, that was my grandfather's name. Well, it's nice to meet you. Um, and whereabouts did you say you're in the States, or also Canada, or no, Bangladesh, right? Are you the Bangladesh guy, individual? I should reheat this tea. I don't drink tea very often, and I may have had as much tea as I want, to be quite honest. Thank you for understanding that as guys, we can still feel feelings because we're human. Human, right? Yeah. Um, I'll tell you, my initial is C, and yeah, kind of. Is that the English version of it? Like, is there another version of it that you use amongst your family and friends and that, or? I mean, I've heard that. What was the one? I heard one recently. I can't remember what it was, but I still also remember when I found out that Cedric is not just a black name. Um, and Monique too. Actually, it's French. Monique has been popping up a lot lately. In fact, I saw that in my inbox. Not because she's seen my message yet, but yeah, that was something annoying that I went through. Interesting, but annoying. Um, so I went to high school in Ontario. I now are FA, and A is. So what does that mean? Your name is actually Fundy, like Bay of Fundy? I'm confused. Anyway, Ontario, Canada, but I live in another province now, and there is a individual I came across on social media a while ago that I remembered from my high school. She lives in my city now. She doesn't really use social media very much, but her partner does. We chatted. I didn't know what to think of him, but he seemed, pretty all right. And then um, I saw that he posted something kind of disturbing. Basically, a weird way of saying it was his birthday. That yeah. I mean, I guess his mind is really on something to an awkward level. And then he also was spamming me a little bit. So I haven't. He also said he was going to get back to me the following week when we actually had been talking, and never did. So I don't know. It was unfortunate because even though I wasn't close with her, just a moment, please. Do I want to heat up my tea, sort of? And he is subscribed, I believe. But now he knows where my mind's at. And I feel like he kind of thinks, well, if you don't like the way I express myself, then oh well, I'm me. And I understand that. And that may not like to be somebody expressing themselves all the time, but I found it disturbing and odd. And when those two words are connected, or the words like that are connected to it, it's like, yeah. I'll be right back. I'm just eating tea. To the second person that's watching, if you're commenting, I'm not seeing them. You can put comments after the video. I know I'm seeing the other person's, but it seems to only be showing some or certain people, subscribers maybe only. I didn't set it to a specific thing, but and if you're not commenting, I hope that you're feeling positive as you're listening to this. I hope that you're getting something. I hope that you are enjoying this, because if you're not, or you're sitting there judging, you can watch other stuff that you'd rather watch. Anywho, but yeah, so basically, but I'm really glad to have you here, Amy. It looks like now it's saying that there's nobody here when it did say two, but I think you're still here, Cole. But I also have a second name. And it wasn't my birth name either, but that's okay. We don't have to get into it. But yeah. So, anywho, what was I saying before I got up? Oh, right. So, yeah, it was just kind of really unfortunate because, okay, but yeah, basically, I thought maybe I'd reconnect with her. I wasn't close with her in high school, but I definitely knew her name. I definitely remembered her. And we didn't hate each other in high school. And even if we did, we could have looked into, but she's not longer much. She's a stay-at-home mom, I think, but she's trying to open a candle shop. Even if we did have issues with each other in high school, it was high school, and we could possibly get past them. But, I mean, when people are a couple, they often, somewhat come as a couple, as a coupled unit, whether that means they're open poly and there's more than two of them, or there's two of them. I mean, so I can't just connect with her, who may not be like that, and not him. Especially since actually it's him I've been talking with, because she's not really active on her, anyway. Yeah. And I'm not trying to say that I think they're bad people or trying to be mean to them, but there's something not right with the way that he put that. I'll just say that. Maybe I should say it here. I don't even remember the exact wording. All I just remember is he spoke about the action as to how he was conceived, as if it isn't obvious. That's how we're all conceived. Now, my feeling about that, just really quickly on this topic, I'm not going to go deep on it or anything. My feeling about that is that, yes, it's the two parents, but I'm agnostic, and I do have a bit of a feeling that God is also part of the equation. That's why the people are so unique and diverse. I mean, life does it to them too. They come into themselves, and discover, things about themselves, and that's something I'd like to ask. I don't know if it's just Andy watching at the moment. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. And you're a good person, I can tell. So I don't really feel like I need to have, and we're like an hour and 27 minutes in. So I was going to ask a question, but, I mean, do you have any questions for me? Either about me, about what I might think about something. Are you struggling with anything? I mean, the truth of the matter is we're all struggling with something, I feel. Some, like I say, less than others. Yeah, so like I say, it's hard because I don't have an income coming in, and I don't know when I'm going to get it, and I don't know if G's going to keep his income, and I don't know how long we can be in the hole and if we can get out of it. It's really uncomfortable. You can ask, no problem. But Bangladesh, actually, some of the items that I'm referring to come from there. Well, Nepal, India, I think some from Bangladesh. Meditation bowls. How so? How so? No judgment. Just waiting for our commenter to put the next comment. I'm hoping that anybody who's putting a comment that I'll see. and yeah, I'm not ignoring anybody. Struggling to fit in what ways? Or why do you think so? I mean, I would bet that that is probably more on the other person because you're pretty cool. But let's get specific. Our country makes many good stuff. Okay, that's more to the other thing I said. True. Every country makes good stuff and cheap stuff. Alright? I would get them, but the dogs finally settled down. How about the other question, the other thing you brought up? I want to help. And I'm curious. And I don't know why you wouldn't have access to it. But, like, what do I mean by what? You said you're struggling to fit in your life. How? Very common feeling, by the way. Thanks for asking what do I mean, although it was kind of vague and I'm not sure what you mean by what I mean, like referring to what, but maybe I answered it. But yeah, asking clarification is never a bad thing for the most part. And if you did catch when I did happen to say my name, as long as you don't use it on here, because when randoms are tuning in, I don't need them to see it, you know. But again, though, like, well, unless they click onto your channel, I guess. I could do the same for you if you'd like. Oh, right. I'm looking at this screen. I did make some mistakes. What kind of mistakes? We can maybe see if we can write them or find ways to leave them in the past. And I feel like nobody wants me. Either I'm too talkative or too this or too that. Oh, well, that's very common. That's very common. I mean, it's interesting because uh, one is, I mean, I'm not only thinking about myself, I'm thinking about how I'm talking with you and how great that is as well. And how great you are. But sometimes, it's interesting how we hear a certain thing and then we start to internalize it, or personalize it a little bit. I almost thought you may have been saying that you aren't hetero, or that maybe you had some sort of disability or something. I'm going to bring this closer again. I think I only put it there because I got up. Uh, I don't think it's a mistake. I mean, you got to be careful sometimes, but I don't think it's a mistake to talk too much. And why do you feel nobody wants you? Like, that's a terrible thing to feel. I want you as a friend, as I've got you here. I'd love actually to have you possibly on another platform as well, where we can talk one on one. I don't use a lot of the socials. I use Facebook. I have email. If you were to put either of your information on either of those two things, I would respect your privacy. I'd delete it as soon as I noted it down. And I would delete it as soon as I noted it down. And there's nobody else here right now. So if you did want to give that, so we could talk one on one when there are other people here, well, not when I'm rolling, but then, yeah. I think we all have our sensitivities. And I thought that the question made sense, and you have since made sense of it. I didn't realize I was being confusing somehow. And I would be curious to know what you thought of that community that I asked about as well. And I guess maybe I'm even alluding to something, but maybe I'm not. Hi, Crystal. I had to say, what was the name associated with that username? Right. How are you? Thanks for the like. Happy New Year's Eve. I'm a bit tired. You haven't asked yet, but I'll tell you anyway. Because it's probably going to be obvious. Of course, always open to song suggestions. Not that one. Not because it's a bad song. Not because it's not worthy. I mean, and I think it's obvious between the me and you two here, and hopefully all of us together, we care about each other. Um, Oh, that makes sense. Didn't mean to you, haha. Didn't mean what to me. Some people think that I'm strong, so they act all the tough. They don't care about. Okay. Why do you think they think you're strong out of curiosity? Is it because you seem to be in good physical shape? Is it because you are really good at hiding your feelings, maybe? Let's ask you about the LGBT community. By the way, still, if you'd like to, for one-on-one, either of you, honestly, put an email address or a way to find you on Facebook. Again, I'll delete it as soon as I note it down. There are two of you watching, but I think that you're pretty safe people to put it out there the most. And that would be nice, because YouTube can be such a big world sometimes. Tea community? GLBT. But I will drink some more tea, even though I'm more into coffee. You lesbian by trans. I thought you were using some sort of metaphor. I'll spill the tea, maybe. You reach out if you need help. Yeah, and I mean, you can do that here on YouTube as well, even if you just want to chat. Although, I guess when I hear want to chat, sure, it can just be, but whatever, for fun, but I guess I do often hear need help. um, but, uh, you don't have that community. That's an interesting way to put it. I wasn't really asking if you have it, though. Um, yeah, I don't know why it's saying 404 not found my triangle account and then shows that monkey here. But then when it's as if maybe the shortcut just doesn't work. Yeah, and that guy's already homeless and he's still holding face somehow, and I'm not really sure how. Yeah, like I can go to it here, but when I try and type it in and go to the shortcut, I can't. So I'm just on another screen for a moment. What was I wanting to do this? I do sometimes use the written post section on here, by the way. Not often. I'm still kind of mad at London, even though I know I had talked with one of his friends and maybe I'm a little less mad about him. Oh, that's the father and son, and he's got a disability, and they sit and listen to music, and I wanted to play them Christmas music. But, I'm just quickly putting a comment to a fellow from, he laughs a lot, my goodness, and he smokes a lot of pot and drinks a lot. Um, I, you're not dumb, by the way, but just wondering if you accept it. And I think you probably do. You seem like the type. But what do you call it? Yeah, it's from my hometown, and I went to look, see if there was any comments on that post, and then noticed he was live, and I'm easily distracted. Am I a queen? Not yet, but maybe someday I might dress up that way. I'm certainly close sometimes. Um, 1 minute, go back. Okay. Oh yes, I haven't told you, but my grandmother died. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I can only see the comments on this screen. By the way, I was telling Andy the uh, blue dude, and I can't remember why you said you're blue, but that yeah, they're not displaying on here since I had to plug it in. That's the thing when it happened the other day too. uh, so trying to watch both screens, but this feels like this is the one where the conversation is happening, where I'm seeing the comments, right? Wow, that's hard. That's hard. My condolences. I know that she is with you in spirit as an angel. I'm not sure if you've heard me talk about that kind of stuff very often. Um, And I know that Leanne, you were talking with the other day, spent Christmas with her grandparents. But I mean, uh, I have a friend who passed at 32 on January 25th of so almost a year ago now, and her mother passed at the end of November. Really hard holiday season for them, right? And I feel that pain. Now my mom, friend is in the hospital for a heart attack, and my granddad this morning. Oh my goodness, that is a lot to go through, kind of all at once. And this is where those are the kind of things I hope you don't. I hope that nobody else does, and I'll try not to as well. But when all those things kind of compact and come happen all like that, it is so easy to just say, you know what, I give up. I give up. I want to go to heaven and not have to deal with this shit anymore. I get it. I do get it. Um, I don't know what to say to it other than that I get it, I think. um, you know, um, yeah, it's, well, I mean, it is in your name. And I like that too. As long as it's not drama green. And it does start with D. So that's, maybe change it. Maybe change it. Because now I'm looking into it a bit. uh, under the post section, which some people do see, apparently. I don't rarely see how to navigate it other than mine, but so when you come to the channel and then you see the different sections, it's just like two or three past the live section. Oh, right. Yeah. Uh, you were telling, I missed it somehow. You were telling Dressage that I'm a king. Is that what you were saying? But I wasn't entirely joking when I say it could be a little queenie as well. Just a little queenie. And thanks. And you deserve a hug, really. You know what? I want us all to do this. Whether we have many angels in heaven or not, um, this is something that we should probably do throughout the year as we need to. Sure, it might be a little awkward in public. I think you could do it nonchalantly where it wouldn't be noticed. I also think you could not care if it's awkward in public. We will be from time to time. Or don't do it in public, but do it after a long and hard day. You know, it's something I'm going to try to remind myself to do more of too. But I also feel like the angels um, say that this is the closest that we can feel hugs from them. Give yourself a hug. And as I do this, imagine that I'm also giving and receiving one from the both of you. And do it as long as you need to. It's also a good stretch, to be quite honest. Um, and even though, I mean, obviously stretching is a sensation and a feeling, and you know, you do it as long as it feels natural, but, yeah, you're supposed to feel something. I'm not meaning to say that you're making this up, because who would? But, I mean, it almost doesn't sound real, right? I mean, it's hard to fathom it, isn't it? Then around November, my dad's brother died, so my granddad's son. You're starting to flipping sound like me. You know, I counted over the holidays, first time I ever have, and I didn't count some of G's, which, you know, I may not have known them super well, but they kind of mattered to me. But, and I may have even been forgetting one or two or three just because it's, I don't know. Um, but I probably haven't because I don't forget people. You know, people matter to me, and I was remembering a couple just recently actually that semi surprised me to remember them because I hadn't really thought of them much lately. And okay, I lied. I have forgotten who they are now, but just like in the moment, I can't remember who. But anyway, I have about 25 angels probably in heaven. Well, they are in heaven. I have 25 people in my life, 15 to 25 people that have passed away. I don't mean to scare you, with that because you're like, oh great, there's more to come. It's not that it's uncommon to lose a lot of loved ones, uh, to passing away around the same time. But I don't think I've ever heard of anybody who has lost, um, lost more than 3 or 4 in a year, or even in a few years. You know, to so hopefully you won't either. Um, and I've done a lot of living, and I, you know, follow a lot of people online or have known people, and so I mean, it's oh, hi Brock. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the comments and also have thoughts. um, but yeah, it's I'll say, and it was such a simple reminder that I probably have thought before, but it resonated differently with my friend that passed away young of a health condition. And you still haven't entirely said some of the things you're dealing with. I don't want to make you anxious. I don't. But I think what's got to be stronger than the anxiety and such is to remember to cherish life. To, you don't always have to be doing big fancy things. If you can and you want to, be careful, go do it, enjoy. If even the small things are fine too. Um, but I'll have to watch this. Okay, I don't know about the room beneath though. But yeah, so basically, but like I've been wanting to work on a bucket list. What would be on yours? Yes, you probably do. What? I'm sorry, I didn't know you had a post. I didn't either. No, just kidding. No, I don't use it often, but some people, especially certain people, seem to notice it. I mean, likes are anonymous. I guess I feel mixed about that, but I mean, as long as it's a likable something, like my current one about the current stresses that I've been going through, like maybe there was something in it that I said that's like, oh, I like the way you put that or whatever. But I wouldn't say like I'd be a little bit offended if somebody liked. I mean, not that I am that easily, mostly, but if somebody liked it and didn't also comment, and I was left to guess, what are they liking? Why are they liking? Anyway, um, congratulations, Leanne. I'm one of them. Brock, are you still there? I didn't mean to be ignoring you. It is crazy. That's how I got my mom to get a horse. I told her we only. Well, again, and believing in the afterlife, I believe we actually live twice. And I mean, I hate to say this because I don't want to be suggesting anything to anybody, but I mean, and everybody's life is different too. Uh, Everybody's death, everybody's passing, not necessarily the way and when, but once they have, there's still differences, but it's a lot more similar, I would say. And I feel like, yeah, life is better there. Uh, but it's also in some ways great here, which is one of the reasons, aside from G and the dog and even y'all, hi Josh, um, you know, JP's pretending, um, you know, yeah, uh, am still here. I've had some close calls, man. Like not close, close, but kind of close. I haven't had anyone I care about die, but I lost them like they left me. But I forgive too easily. I mean, and that can be very hard too. Both losing that way, and also forgiving. What's your secret? Because I mean, sometimes it's easier than other times. That's for sure. Um, and I mean, you're still fairly young. I mean, you don't have to say too particular. And yes, if you'd like to swap the email, if you'd like to swap the Facebook, I'd be really happy. I also like to put a face to a name, so unless you have videos with you in them posted, I mean, it's not super necessary. Oh, right, yeah, yeah. Were you the one in the maid's outfit? Blue? Um, would have a few things, such as why haven't you elaborated yet? It's like I'm just trying to keep up. You guys do pretty good. I appreciate it. I'm trying as well. I'm not religious. All right, yeah, you're not religious. I thought you might have been though, but okay. But obs, I'm not rude about people who are, but I'm personally not. Yeah, I mean I'm agnostic. What's a random person? Brock must have felt ignored, or his phone died, or something came up. He's been in a few of the videos. He usually stays a little while, not long. I think he's a student in college or university as well, but he's not really shy though. So I'm thinking he may have left, unfortunately. But what's a random person? Why? What's on your bucket list? Oh, were you referring to JP and Josh? I could introduce you to them. Here's the real kicker. I'm the only one at home right now. So I appreciate your company. I don't know, you might see it on this screen because I'm looking at the comments on this one, like I say. I'm just putting some muscle rub on my chest. I don't mean for it to look weird. And there wasn't that much in the thing. I need to get it open and get a bit more. Um, Rubbish is it? Well, but you're British. You're also British. So that's not why you struggle to forgive, but that's why you're saying rubbish. That word, I guess, it sits differently as a English as a English speaking, like not English British, but Canadian. Um, I mean, I hardly ever say it, and I don't bloody know why not either. Just kidding. Sorry, I hate that one actually. And there's three of you here, so that's cool. Sorry, chat's only coming in on here. Two of you know that already. Um, I mean, is there somebody that you've been struggling to forgive that you'd like to try and forgive? Maybe that's something I can help you with as we're going into this new year. Um, in a way, I mean, this is such great conversation. Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, this is great conversation, and you know, you're great at talking. So, um, in a way, you bully yourself. First of all, 1 minute, I have to address that. I would like you to rephrase that, if you could. Uh, hard on has a certain. Uh, you're critical of yourself, probably because other people are. To be honest, that would be my guess. And because, yeah, you did mention, yeah, you know, so you're talkative. You have important things to say. Be careful, but, you know, with some people. But, you know, so what? It's the quiet ones that you have to look out for. It's like you don't know what they're thinking. Why won't they just tell you? You know, um, I forget what the other reason was. Or you're too this or too that, right? Well, that's vague. But if you want to elaborate, that'd be cool. Um, no haha, no haha. What? Yeah. So Josh and JP are two of my loved ones that have. Well, one was an online friend. I mean, I wasn't super close with him, but I wasn't not either. He was in the community and that, and he passed away quite young actually. And JP did too, and also was actually. Not that that's like must criteria, but one of them of an addiction overdose. I'm not really, or of an addiction related or a drug related thing, and I don't know about the other one. But I do remember he has a video on his Facebook I should look back at because even though, yeah, I remember it actually being cut. It was short. I don't remember much about it, but I remember it being impactful. Heck, I could even try and play it here in a moment, perhaps, if I could find it. Uh, Skydive, why? Because everyone says put that on your bucket list? Or hug your favorite person? I can't. You mean you don't have any favorite people left, even with that long list that you mentioned? I know, even virtually, right? It's not quite the same, but remember what I said. Do it. And imagine that you are doing it for and with that person. You can. I know it's not the same. It's just like channeling, you know. It's not the physical. But It's something we have been given that can make it a little bit easier. I had French fries for the first time in ages a couple times recently. And if Sid was here, I'd be going, mm, these plain French fries with no seasonings and no sausage are so good. I don't understand it. They need something on them for me. That's somebody I follow on YouTube. I know that may have seemed weird, but sometimes I do, right? Because I swore that that's the first word I thought. What's the first word you thought? Oh, rubbish. Um, who's your favorite person? And you guys are going fast, but that's okay. It looks like one of you is here now, but I may have missed. Uh, oh, you're asking me. Sorry, I thought somebody was asking you, and I was like, probably one of the ones you've lost is probably what you say. Um, I mean, even though it really annoyed me recently with this financial thing, my spouse, I was going to say my dog, except my dog's not a person, but he does look a little bit like a furry. I mean, I'm probably at 100%, but I'm in no rush. I'm only at 91%. This thing drops fast. You can see shorts, but and pants if you want to. No, just kidding. And bikinis and whatever makes your heart content. It's always good to clarify and have empathy and understanding. You guys are pretty good at that, so I appreciate that. But I did say what I just said, and I don't think it really needs much clarifying. And I don't know if it needs empathy or not, but if you're like, well, that was a little, then I would say yes, it does. If you're like, oh, that was actually kind of funny, and I know what I'm going to enjoy after this, then cool. Sorry. But we're going to be here for another couple hours. Just kidding. Well, maybe. Um, like some of this was deep. I don't know if I'd watch it back with G. I do have that playlist I have to look at though. Remind me to mention Josh once I'm caught up here, or to maybe look for that video I was telling you. Go out of my country. Welcome to Canada. Learn to swim. You don't know how? Wow. I seem to remember you told me that. I'm not a great swimmer. I have learned to do it though, and I'm not terrible, I suppose. Um, Oh, sorry, no. That was from the person. That was from Andy, who I just met a couple days ago. That said, learn to swim. I mean, yeah, that young. What are you waiting for? You just don't talk to people. That's ironic, since you're here talking to us. Oh, both of you don't know how to swim. Pool party. Woo! Happy New Year. Oh, well, look at that. My favorite person is my online friend. Some people are very lonely. For whatever reason, they don't have much of a social life, and the people that they meet online, and sometimes it ebbs and flows. Sometimes, it's always nice when people stick around. I've known, I don't know if you can say your name, I guess, if you want to. I almost did, but I don't think you really, or I don't think you're really private with it. Again, cool. But Dressage Queen, she's been on my videos 2 or 3 times a week, I would say, for the past 3 months, maybe 2 months. Funny, Kathleen was trying to remember how long I'd known her for, too. And, yeah, basically, so is a favorite person for me, I would say. And, yeah, you're the kind of people that stick around. You're the kind of people that put in the effort when needed for connections, and also enjoy the ease when it feels effortless, and that is what it's all about. Guessing myself into doing things that I don't want to do, such as wait that I'm sorry. What? Wait, that wasn't me. I'm not Crane. Never mind. Sorry, that was really rude. What? I'm missing something there. Please tell me. I'm just fab. I know. It's good to know that you can play. I want to fly as a bird. Yeah, or an angel. Is it bad? My teacher told me Well, I am more behind than ever. You guys are going fast, but that's okay. I was depressed and that I should be taking. Okay, that's a pretty serious and intriguing. That's the wrong word, but question, and I want to answer it. Um, I don't know if you misunderstood your teacher when she said you should be taking drugs. She probably meant medication. But truth be told, I do believe that medication is kind of drugs. It is kind of chemicals. If somebody is on meds and they're working for them and there's not much side effects, great. Um, but psychiatrists, a lot of them, and other people are too quick to in the third person, whatever, are too quick to push meds. I mean, you're sad because you just went through a lot. Any person, even I would think, or at least hope, kind of, a person that had very flat emotions would be sad. And life is hard in general. You may have already been dealing with some stuff. I'm thankful that I can brighten your day a little bit and you mine. You may have already been dealing with some stuff before that. So, don't be hard on yourself for that. I would even maybe say some of that to the teacher. Careful, maybe, but, like maybe don't say, I don't know what kind of drugs you meant, but you do realize all the stuff I've been going through, right? And meds aren't going to fix that. Time will heal somewhat. Having people to talk to, empathy and understanding, um, distractions, hobbies, um, keeping that person's legacy alive, still doing the things you used to do with them, knowing that they're doing them with you from the other side. Those are things that could help. Uh, Andy retracted a message. I'm not sure what. Somebody said something that was rude. I'm catching up. Why not? That's the most important part. Just kidding. If you're asking me what my favorite song is, yeah. How did you know I didn't listen to it last night, by the way? Although I didn't. There's something about that word. I like it, I dislike it. And the name, for that matter. But I am totally open to song suggestions, and I knew the other one already. One More Light, Linkin Park. It's what I say to both of you as well. I thought you said you didn't know how to swim. You don't know how to swim with sharks, maybe? You don't have to. Call you Crystal because that's your name? Okay, cool. Woo ha ha hee hee. Andy 2 as opposed to Andy 3 or even 4. We have 3 over here now. I'm still behind. Oh no, sorry, I'm a bit more caught up than I thought. I think I told you I had a childhood bear growing up. I got it from like my fourth Christmas, which I think I taped over the tape ages ago. Otherwise, I may have watched it this Christmas, but whatever. It annoys me, but I still have my dad in my memory, and when he visits, and I say from the other side. But anyway, I had did I say that already? I had a childhood bear named Crystal. Hey, you had a little voice like this. I'm Crystal. Blah 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 blah. That was funny when I said the other day. Oh, she was so. It really stuck with me. She was like, yada yada yada, eh? Blah blah blah, eh? We're talking. I know, but somebody said something that was rude. I'm glad that you seem to have gotten past it, but I missed it. And FOMO, I know that neither of you were intending to be. And also, what is KW? KW, yeah. Um, Kiss woman. I don't know. And there's a little symbol. That's ironic after just mentioning an indigenous elder a little bit. But no, I really enjoyed that event. Keep winning? Nope, she didn't. I'm on medication. She told me drugs. Did she know you're on medication, though? That's messed up. You know what? I really think you should report that, to be honest. I mean, I say you got to be careful sometimes. It's like, you know, it may just have been a misunderstanding or something to shrug off about a lot of things. But sometimes it's like, no, I think that something really shouldn't be allowed. Okay, well, I don't know. I have autism. I'm clearly not quiet. I'm on the spectrum, rather. And you're not. I mean, maybe you're quiet in person, uh, but uh, but no, it's okay to feel the feels and admit that you're sad because of a lot of stuff you're going through. Honestly, I think you'd be a little weird if you weren't. You're like, yeah, but I'm a lot weird. Anyway, takes one to know one, right? No, just kidding. Um, me or him? Not they or them. He, her. Yeah, he, she. Me or him? You make my day better. Yeah, both. I figured. I figured. Yeah. Yeah, I only know one or two of their songs, but yeah. What's that song called again? Something about light. If you type those two in, you'd probably find it. You got your child for Christmas. You don't have kids, do you? I don't want to get too particular, but there's two of you here. Uh, I'm so confused. Yeah, and men. When I get the opportunities. Rare, but you know. Is a sound bird makes? Wah, wah. Ellen used to do that too. And all he is the first name you might know who I'm talking about. Woman. That's how you say it with a question mark and four exclamation. Woman. I don't know. Yeah, somebody else did that the other day, and there's four of you here. Welcome. Sorry, I've only got the comments on here, but I'm recording on here and I'm trying to keep up here. I think I mostly have, and if I'm not seeing it, not responding to them, I'm probably not seeing them for some strange reason. You can put them afterwards. But yeah, I wanted to draw like a body on a smiley face with, yeah, anyway. Not that much though. I didn't go do it last night when I could have, so. Uh, but I do. That's the main. You thought I said that? I don't think I said anything that sounded at all like that. When I watch this back with G, even though we're 2 hours in, I'll have to. I'll try to put it in the comments if I think that I noticed it later or whatever. But for once, and you guys are starting to get to know each other. Elton John, that song. I'm still standing after all this time. Thanks for the fifth like. Picking up the pieces of my life. Something else is mine. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know how though, but yeah. Looking like a true survivor. It's great that you know that your age. You might not know that, but good morning, Kathleen. How are you? Your sister was the recently. You're like, wait, I thought you passed away. But we talked a little bit about that the other day in your stream because you had a very podcasty day too, and so now I know how the fifth likes from. I think, and so you know that I don't know if you've ever seen me kind of in that mode, but I don't, I don't know if I'd asked, but I meant to. I probably did. I'm tired. A little stressed out. As I was mentioning earlier, I'm a little bit worried about homelessness right now. Uh, Actually, Crystal may not have even heard that. I know Andy did, but Uh, yeah, I don't think I have any angels named Crystal, but I definitely my grandpa Andrew and my in-law Kathleen and another friend Kathy, and I'll never forget that one if you'd like a little bit of a story time. And then I might try and find that Josh video. Yeah, congratulations. um, so you're still, I guess you're off for the holiday. I have to watch and conserve my energy. Maybe Andy can summarize it for you because I think he was the only one here at the time. Um, or you can watch it back later. That and being, yeah. I just don't know if I really feel like repeating it. It was very on my mind this morning, and then I put it here. I appreciate your curiousness, and you're welcome to, yeah. Basically, I don't have mixed feelings about going to shelters. Maybe we'll get lucky as we have before, and all will be fine. Let's because even though I don't want to. But right, I appreciate that. Same for you. Yeah, yeah. You can maybe do that later. Uh, I think I jumped into it pretty quickly. And if you want to, I'd be curious for you to summarize it, Andy, if you don't mind. That way she doesn't have to sit here wondering. I just, yeah, I have to watch my energy, and there was, oh right, I did want to look at that Josh video. I'm not used to chat going so fast. I'm really appreciative of all of you. Sometimes it's so darn quiet, or there's like one person to keep up with, and you're talking to each other, and you're talking to me, and I'm talking to all of it. um, and I'm also kind of still looking between the two screens because I have to, and my eyes are bugging out, and it's lots of fun. You should try it sometime. Oh wait, you are. And some people, and I know Kathleen's probably thinking you seem in an awfully good mood for having that kind of worry. Well, I am still housed. Things may work out, but I'm not sure. And actually, I had a homeless cousin in Edmonton, but I believe she's passed away. It's okay if you miss details. Just try. Maybe I'd be willing to fill in what you missed. I'd be curious for you to I don't feel like you weren't hearing me or you weren't listening then, but I'd be curious to hear how you received it. I mean, with some of the other comments, I could kind of tell, on the other things we've been talking about, and I know that you did receive it, but since somebody's asking, I hope you guys understand. Like, I want to conserve my energy for the rest of this stream. I don't know how long it's going to be. Then G comes home, and which part? Oh, right, yeah. And I made my empty music. I still am struggling sometimes with the sore throat and the congested. So, thanks. Chris doesn't say much about it. I don't know if they're still around right now. I think I get what you're saying. I think I do. Living with parents that might still be strict. If they are still around, I'll just say I'm a very good person. We're having a lovely conversation about life. We're uplifting each other. We're supporting each other. It's a lot better than a lot of stuff that goes on the internet. I'll tell you that much right now. And a lot of people on the internet. You all are great, and I appreciate it. Okay, which maybe wait, not what you meant. But no, like I just asked you to try your best. I'd like to see. There really wasn't that many details, I don't think, and hopefully there won't be many more. as far as that goes. I did want to check something. I wish the comments were showing there, or I can't do it. Or can I do it on here? I might be able to. And then I don't have to toggle. But what do you think? You're having trouble. That's how it happens. That's how one becomes homeless. You know, addictions can play into it. Thankfully, I don't have that. Yeah, yeah, and uh, uh, but of course, got me curious. But maybe I wouldn't want to hear it. But they are lovely people. Not. I'm sorry that they turned out not to be. I'm pretty sure that none of us have to worry about that ourselves. I've seen two of us have seen. We. I mean, I've seen Kathleen in a lot of videos. She's seen me in a few. I've not seen that much because you just have shorts mostly, but of Crystal and Andy, who I've just recently met a day or two ago. But you're certainly not shy people, and I can totally tell that you're good people, and I don't think that. I hope that that never changes. I don't think it will. Um, and I don't plan to change. You know, I'm one of those people, no matter what I go through, I'm still a pretty good person. But I mean, honestly, some people don't deserve it. But you guys do, so. And, you know, everybody starts out deserving it. I would say that much. And then if you can find ways to keep it, then great. But otherwise, it's like, screw that, you know. Uh, but yeah, I'll try and pop into that. I might wrap up soon. It's been a while, but I don't exactly have a lot of plans. She's only working till about noon today, and then maybe even a little earlier than that. I'm not sure. And then getting a ride home. The couple of volunteers together there, and they're elderly, and they've been together. I said, find out their secrets when one does weird, silly things. And I can't remember what I said to that, but I think you knew what I meant because, like I say, it's been kind of on the mind. uh, and that you're worried if you and the other person can support it. Yeah, basically, G dropped a bunch of money into something. It may we may make some of it back. We made a lot of money on that something, and it didn't last long. And money doesn't. It's true, but common creative. That's a good reminder. But more money than I've seen in my 30s, or possibly most of my life. I mean, I'm in my 30s, but you know. Uh, Are you saying that I said that I was scared and paranoid because of past trauma? I mean, I have had some, but I was going to be a lovely diva. That makes two of us. How about the other two? It's okay if you feel like you can only be a prince. It worked for one musician. It works for many a prince. Sorry, I'm focusing more on this screen, but you know, I'm trying. I want to see if I can find. Well, that's very interesting. I have to flash this on the screen for a moment. I don't have to, but I think I will. Just uh, a second one. There's a little image. I'm not seeing it. It's on the other side. Yeah. I hope things go better for you. See, I don't want to see you on the. Our cold, cold winters. Just the fact of it all. I mean, we'd have each other probably, but it is a scary thought. You know, not everybody is nice like you guys. It's not comfortable when you have anxiety, which I mean, how could you not? But I already do in general. But you know, um, a lot of people probably develop it. Some people may get past it, but I know. Yeah. Well, I mean, there is this. Actually, there is something that might give a little bit of hope to all of us. I'll try and remember this. There's two things. The guy that I met from my hometown. I have to go upstairs to the washroom in a moment. Uh, the guy that I met from my hometown that I'm originally from, he has interest in buying something that is quite a. I mean, he does too. That's why we're in this situation. But other people do too, and I hope that they will purchase. And I've seen a couple people with these singing bowls. Yes. No, I'm not going to clean a room. I'm not going to do something crazy like that. No, I was kidding. But but we don't have to like. I guess you were just making sure that you heard right and that you. Hey, I thought that I had made you a mod, Crystal. I thought that I had. I'd be happy to, or Andy even. Uh, um, Mostly for when I'm doing music and I can't focus as much on the comments, just in case somebody needs to be put on timeout till I can decide how to deal with them to the best of my ability here on YouTube. Um, I would also like to possibly, I've been thinking about it a little bit. I know I've mentioned it to a couple of you, but especially one of you, I would love to connect. Well, because I've known you a little bit longer, and you might just be, I don't know. I've mentioned it. One hasn't said much to it, but seems to be happy to talk here, so that's cool. The other one hasn't said much to it. And part of me thinks best to keep the two words separately, but the other part thinks, or that would like to connect on like Facebook or something. Um, well, I don't really use a lot of sites, but is there any way I can help? Well, I know that you don't have a lot of, I don't believe that you have employment. I don't remember you having employment, but your parents are helping you out. I don't, I think just being here is probably the best you could do. Like I say, if you want to connect on another platform, I know that the three of you that are here right now, if you want to share that information, it would be safe. Chat doesn't show afterwards, and I can also delete it once I make note of it. Um, but that would possibly be quite nice. That way, when we're not on YouTube, we can still connect. I mean, obviously that's what it means, and be there for each other in those ways too. Yeah, I believe so. Long time ago, but I might not do music in this one. So the radio on very lightly. I'm not too worried. Uh, um, because it's when you do the two together that YouTube doesn't like it. Oh, is that why? There was a little symbol I just saw. I don't know what it was. Uh, um, as far as you don't. Okay. Well, I'm glad I do. It's a little bit of background noise, not just hearing myself, but because I don't always like hearing myself. But I'm glad you guys do. Sorry, I'm following mostly the comments on this screen. Most of you understand. Uh, because I aren't seeing them there. Um, I do remember what you said. Your full name was Kathleen, so I think I do anyway. So I could look into that if you might be open to it. Let me think on it though. I mean, everybody's into it too. I guess my question is: are you receiving pay from ads or anything from YouTube? Yeah, that stuff takes a long time to add up. We have the PayPal there. Apparently, PayPal's been going through. I should maybe say this, but going through things lately. I've heard of a couple things, and so I'm not really sure. But as far as as far as the part about they always take a cut, and you have to earn a certain amount before you can get anything from them. That's I think a YT thing, and it's also just the way any of them are, possibly. But yeah, I mean, because like I said, G's had this channel for 18 years, so I mean, that's why shares it with me because we live together. We both wanted to do well. I have a lot of time to dedicate to it more than he does, and it's already built up. That being said, it ebbs and flows. People could say, "Oh, you have so many subscribers," but at the same time, I mean, there was a pandemic. People die. People you know, have their lives. So not everybody that's subscribing is always seeing the videos, you know. But I'm glad that the elks sometimes help and that the regulars are here and get notified. And um, anyway, but I wanted to tell you a couple things which will hopefully kind of ease all of our minds. And if you don't hear the radio, and hopefully, I'm worried that the platform might though, but I've sang a little bit. Let's just leave it at that. But I don't want to hold. I don't want to make you in hold you in stitches about what I was just saying there. But I do want to remember I was looking up something here, and I do have to run upstairs. My system's telling me I do. Oh, okay. Did you comment on there too? Because sometimes I'm not getting notified, but I do try and look back a little bit. Um, but thank you. Yeah, he's sleeping on that chair over there right now. Kathleen's got some lovely dogs and a very beautiful cat. And she's the one that has the pet named Mr. Blue. We're not talking about too much, but because it's not my favorite kind of animal, but I do miss having them when I was young. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, it doesn't have to just be the lives, that's for sure. Um, Man, I needed a lot more energy than I thought I did, but I guess I'm doing all right. Uh, I would love to, but I have no other media. I don't, which is interesting. You know, as a young person. But okay. I mean, I'm not that old, I suppose, but and I don't really either. Yeah, we've noticed. But let's not focus on depressing colors, eh? If you were, out of curiosity, if you were to have another nickname, Crystal, are you still there, by the way? Whoops. If you were to have another nickname, what would it be? What would it be? Or what other nicknames do you have? Okay, good. Yeah, would you like to be a mod for a reason mentioned? Anyway, I don't want to make you. I don't want to keep you wondering, and it's not. It is helpful to remember it though, and I'm surprised. One of the things I was kind. I mean, I've only thought about it for a couple of days, and I was kind of thinking, yeah, probably it might help. I know that's your real name. Hey, boost up. Okay, cool. Just a standard for reasons mentioned, which hopefully you heard me mention. Uh, Although I remember once I was watching a video and like everybody in the chat was a mod, and I thought, well, that's a bit much. But you know, you're not all going to be available at the same time, and it's and if it intimidates some people and they leave, I guess they were, you know, I wouldn't want it to, but they maybe aren't meant to be here then, you know, because they should know that they're doing their best to be decent people, and yeah, I don't know. But then again, some people lurk. But Argon, is that a character from something? Why? And what's a good question? I'm sure I said a good question, but what? That's the question, really. Oh, the nickname one? I don't believe I have. I don't believe I have one. If I do, nobody's told me. I just hope it's flattering. What nickname would you give me, out of curiosity? How would you describe me? Be mad if you want. Some people call me Aragon. Melissa Aragon. I think that was her name. Speaking of Ellen earlier. And Andy, did you see? Your nickname? And if you want to keep in touch, go to my. Right, right. And I've been intending to more. I mean, I know you just kind of built up again recently, but I just get so distracted on YouTube. I did hit notification, though. I can't remember which device I did it on, because on one I can hit the bell, on the other I can't. But I did. I'll try to remember to hit the bell. So far I've only seen shorts. Oh, yes. Red Bull gives you rings. I remember that. You post, and now that's a slogan. I remember that was one of your titles. Stay away from energy drinks, people. They are terrible. They bring upon diabetes. They bring upon other health issues. They're not good. But it is kind of a funny phrase. I remember the commercial, I think. And YouTube, we can talk. Okay, you're all mods. It's settled. You're all, as long as I can get this to behave. Yeah, mods, and y'all got mods. It's like, yeah, I just noticed. Okay, what am I missing? If you're doing because I clicked cancel, but okay, Yeah, I think that just takes the window away. I think so you don't have to read stuff, that it suggests you might want to read. I said kind of why I appreciate having them, and that's the main thing. I'm because it's because on mobile. It's the only way for people to directly check out. Yes, I've noticed that too. A monster. Yeah. So what do you think my nickname should be, and why? I'm sorry, a monster. You notice what long? I mind you of the ocean. Is it this or just because I'm expansive and kind of expensive? No, just kidding. um, or Frankie Ocean. I don't remember what he is like. I'll go upstairs and think about that while I'm looking up something here, and then I do. I want to remember to tell you the reasons why I'm maybe not worried about being homeless. Other than that, usually things work out. Even if it's not perfectly, they work out enough to stay housed. Not that I've had this worry a lot in my life, but just in general. But I do want to share it with you in a moment. But I've been needing to pee for a few minutes, if I'm going to be completely honest. Um, you're welcome. Oh right. Oh yeah. Terrible. All of them. None of them are good. I mean, again, I don't want to scare people, especially the younger generations. But boo. I think that was somebody's nickname actually. No, I mean diabetes is a real thing. Celiac as well. Lots of health issues. I'd probably call your horse girl first comes to mind. Hearse girl and horse girl, not hearse. And Andy, I'd probably call you Dandy Andy or possibly Andy Andy. No, uh, sweet. That's not lame. And I'd call Kathleen artsy fartsy, sweet, and tartsy. I don't know. No, it's that the ocean. I love the ocean. Oh, so you love my personality. Well, that's sweet. Speaking of sweet, see, I told you so. What about the other two? What would you call me? Don't call you what? Horse girl or hearse girl? Sorry, I'm a little hoarse right now, just horsing around. Did you got your horse back, right? Or you didn't mention that in the list of losses, so okay. I just need to scroll up for a moment, go up for a moment, come back, tell you the reason, read the comments, wrap up, enjoy the rest of the day with G. Say Happy New Year. Message Elizabeth. Make films. Have lots of success. Change lives. Make money. Be not homeless. Oh, that's a long list. I'm hungry. Hurry up, G, get going. I want to have lunch. We have to finally finish those eggs. good boy, hey? Hey, good little boy, hey? Oh, yes. So delightful in all the ways. I'll show you one of these, by the way, for those who have never seen one. Oh, it says that there's one of you here. Hopefully that's inaccurate. Uh, Grossest of osmosis to you. That's my nickname. uh, so, some of you have maybe heard me talk about the angels, and I'd like to maybe share a little bit more about that. I've misplaced my chat. Oh, there it is. And I was just reminded about Josh Wright as well. That's right. I said Josh Wright. Sorry. Part of the Wright brothers. But Ocean. I might prefer a different. I don't know if he's still here, but somebody can tell him later if I'm forgetting to. I might prefer a different name over Ocean. Uh, but uh, but Happy New Year. Yeah, you've been here for a while. You can also just plug in. I don't know if he's still here to hear me say that, but I'm a little bit worried about Brock. He really didn't stay very long. See you later. I don't want to scare you, but boo. Koshin? Koshin. That might be interesting. But some witches will think, oh, let me make a Koshin potion. Koshin potion. It causes a commotion. Um, Thank you. Have a great day. I hope you will have. I love everybody getting along. I know you said that maybe, and your chat was especially busy the other night, eh? And I know you want to get to that, and I should watch it, and blah blah blah. But I just want to do a couple more things, at least in this one, because I think that Crystal and Kathleen are still here. Um, so I recently, like I say, discovered a guy from my hometown. That detail isn't necessarily hugely important, but whatever. It's kind of cool. And I haven't watched a lot of his stuff. I watched back one the other day, and I was feeling a lot and laughing a lot, but hey, he's having fun. And he seems to stream a lot too. And he had mentioned a certain kind of collector card that he is into. And we have a lot of them. And they're just sitting there. We don't do anything with them. I probably don't like some of them. G had them. We've got so many. You know, we could get rid of a lot and keep a lot. Should have done it over the holidays. But, you know, we only kind of have maybe one errand if the weather's good on the weekend. And possibly someone to come look at buying something from us, which will hopefully help. Oh, yes. I've also been wanting to paint some ornaments, although it's kind of getting past Christmas now. Unless I think of other ways that people celebrate. And I've got a couple canvases and some watercolors, but I'm more musical than artsy, so I don't know. I guess I'll have to watch yours for inspiration. Anyway, I have been meaning to ask G, but it was too close to before bed, and blah, blah. And part of me wants to just show him the video where it came up. It's also now in this one. I might just have to bring it up. I hope we could sell some of those and get those to him. We have a lot of stuff, and some of it we really don't need. Some of it we really appreciate having, and some of it may or may not surprise some people, but we really don't need, you know, these. So that could, and they could go for quite a lot of money, especially if he buys a lot of them. Like, we could get $1,000 from that. And I know, well, he's not going to do that because he just did. You know, so $1,000, even when you have food and bills, should last a good amount of time, I hope. We do also have a little bit of things have been kind of sort of slow. They picked up a little bit at Christmas, but that's part of, yeah. Anyway, so that may help. And as some of you may remember, we have an empty house on our street. They've been said that they were going to demolish it. Maybe they've changed their mind and they want to wait until they can afford to put in some work to it, and then, you know, I mean, I don't know what the whole process of that is, really. I mean, when you know, go bankrupt or whatever, and, you know, you get behind on things. The good thing is there is a consistent income, so we can at least make small payments. When you get behind on things, how long before, like, you know, your home feels so much like it's yours. You know, nobody seeing this far in, but I think they're doing anything stupid if they think they could. But your home feels like it's yours. It's hard to ever imagine not having it, right? But um, and as much as it can happen and does happen to people, I I I feel like maybe actually the process of it happening wouldn't be as quick as I think it would be, even though we were talking about a lot of moolah, you know. But there is that empty house on our street, and honestly, all I'd have to do is, break a window. It's been empty for almost 3 months. Break a window, like if there was some sort of issue where like I don't even know exactly what it would look like, where we couldn't stay in ours anymore, which of course would be the preference. Clean break a window, hopefully get in and live in there. But hopefully we won't have to. But it's definitely a scary thing to face. I think you've probably gotten the gist, by the way, Kathleen, by now. But I did want to very quickly, because I don't have a lot of energy and I know you want to do your streams. I don't want to affect that. But you may or may not be the only one still here. Andy might come back, I'm not sure. And Crystal might still be here, I'm not sure. But I was trying to find, maybe he doesn't even have his page anymore, or um, I just gotta laugh at this picture. I mean, I'm not thinking any mean thoughts towards the guy, but well, wait a but um, this friend passed away, so he might not have the account anymore. And if he does, that looks like the same guy. Ashland, Kentucky. That's odd. Yeah, I'm not finding it connected to me. I can't remember. I haven't looked often, but I can't remember how easily I found it in the past. Um, but actually, I had a short little video on a social media site that I thought was good, and I thought of maybe playing it here. But if I can't find them, I guess I can't do that. I can try and channel him and see if he has any motivational thoughts to leave us with as we're going into the new year. If you'd like that. Um, Actually, I might know how to find him. Just a moment. Because I remember he was from Jackson, Tennessee, I believe. I'm going to Jackson. Found him. Now, will his videos show, or is it a reel? Okay, I might have to do it on the computer. Um, who do we got still watching out of curiosity? Out of pure curiosity. I think you can probably find a better picture of him. It's actually that one. I don't think that's appealing to have the red shark in his eyes. Who do we have still watching? Is it someone I know? Is it someone I've yet to meet? Please tell me. Kathleen, Crystal, Andy, who we got? Somebody else? And also Happy New Year to both of you as well. I noticed that Kathleen is saying that you're still here, but I think that came in a while ago. So say it again if you're still here. Don't just say, well, it says it at the bottom. He'll see that, even if it wasn't recently. I don't know if that was how recently that was sent. waiting. How long does it take to type it? Just kidding. Okay, I feel like we can watch that. Okay, something just bounced up. Oh yeah, yeah. G will be coming home soon too for lunch probably. I didn't make a sandwich. He said he'd have chocolate bars. He said it was up to me. I felt bad. He needed but he's got the rides at least. And okay, just a moment. And so I want to show you my picture. And he's not holding a fist. If it looks like it, he's just kind of holding his hand by his. You can see that his fist isn't clenched. Um, um, it's not a bad picture, I think. What's your hush? I'm coming. He goes nuts when he gets put out sometimes. I think it's kind of like he's thinking, I want to go with you. I want to go with you. So I'm getting okay. So you're getting lunch, okay? And I don't know how he'd be about that kind of stuff. I don't know if he pretty much has the same belief to a lot of things as you do, or what. But hi to him as well. Um, I just want to maybe what I'll do because then I can close it and then close this one and then wrap it up over here. Um, Rather than taking that approach to it as much as I would like to, maybe, and then I want to preview a little bit of the thing before showing G, just in case. But then, yeah, because he also wants a camera, even though he also has a perfectly fine camera. Are you having leftovers from last night? Um, I'm going to. Sorry if I've kind of. It happens, I guess, right? But sorry if I've kind of streamed when you were streaming and you didn't get to your stream. You did have a very streamy day. And it was really nice. No, I went back in already. I just sat down. It was really nice seeing the family and seeing the fun that you had there. And I'd love to put videos together like that. Okay, that's going to be distracting and annoying, so I guess I'll let him back in. Okay, I'm probably going to wrap up soon, though, anyway. But if I can very quickly, I'd like to try and find this video that I'm alluding to and play it. Because Josh, I think, would be saying, go ahead, do so. Oh, yes, and she kind of annoyed me. But I was wanting to watch it for some song ideas. I think it's just YouTube was showing me a bunch of other stuff, too, and it spoke to me more and this and that. Now, I guess it's true that I probably won't be able to see any further. Well, computers being slow. Anyway, and I might not be able to see any of the comments that are going to come in now while live because I'm on another tab and they're not showing here. But if you're curious, if this is much more than 2 hours and 46 minutes in, okay, here we go. You can always come back and watch from that spot. I'm very thankful to those who I'm going to bring into my new year, to those I've yet to meet, but hopefully will enjoy getting connected to and meeting. And yeah, to remember some of those things that make me a little less worried about my situation is also a great thing. I do know the quick way to find them now, and for some reason it just wasn't showing on my tablet. So as long as the device shows fast, I can load it up. I think there might be some things that might resonate with you from it, Kathleen, and it's pretty short. So let's see here for a moment. And I want to see what comments I'm missing, though, while that's doing that. Okay, but this loaded faster, so here we go. People. Jackson, Tennessee. Click it, please. Come on. It doesn't. It can't decide whether it wants to be fast or slow. This thing. Yeah. Basically, it's kind of one of those messages again, though, about enjoying life, cherishing it, those you have in it, trying not to get too stressed, looking for solutions when needed. Knowing that you're doing your best, and says Happy New Year to everybody, and have a good, safe time. Okay, I think yeah, okay, I've got it here. Let me just, okay, I'm closer and closer now. The only thing I'm not seeing is videos along the top. Albums does not seem to show videos. Drop down more does not seem to show videos. I'm not sure why, because I've seen it before, but whatever. That's the thing that Facebook's been doing. No, they're getting rid of their video feature, so maybe that's why. But he says that's the message. Have fun, enjoy life while you got it, because you never know. But, do all the things that you like to do. Be around the people that you like to be around. In any of the ways, be kind to others and enjoy their company. Brighten someone's day, including with a friendly smile. Um, he says he knows it's very hard for his twin, even though his hair is shorter. He says we look so much alike, and he'll look in the mirror and say, "My brother," But we can't undo things like that happening. We just got to learn to live with them the best that we can, right? And yeah, it looks like G might be bringing home a farm art thing, as opposed to a fart thing. I don't know. So I'm getting lunch ready. Okay. Yes, actually left over. Okay. Anyway, so now it's back to top chat. So is there anything I missed when I click all chat, other than that it's just going to flicker and flash? And be slow to show it to me? It don't look like it, that I can see. So if you said something after that, I'm sorry, I am not seeing it. I will watch for your live when you're ready to do it. If I don't catch this one, I'll probably be on one you do later today or definitely soon. I know I want to preview a bit of this other thing that I have open, because now, I don't want to think about money. I don't want to think about people winning a lot of money. I don't, want to watch that show. But it's fine. It's fine. I think we'll be all right. I can't say it like with full belief, but I mostly think that we will be. So that's what I'm going to focus on as best as I can. Okay, wrapping it up. Putting a bow on it, even though Christmas is past. Look at being inaccurate. Oh, that's weird. And then, instead of it just saying 2 minutes, it suddenly reloaded, but it's still usually, it's accurate. I'm fine, I don't mind not being edited and that. But it very quickly said reconnecting, and it's 59 minutes, so it's a little less than half. But I'm going to wrap up because I'm tired. And thank you all. So bye.